Thank you. Recognize Senator Sollman.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, Oregonians are feeling the pain of the purse at their kitchen table, in their food and their utility costs and the rising home insurance costs. Federal action on our Portland streets and an uncertain economy is not helping ease their mind. While they have zero control over all of that, this bill before us today may feel to Oregonians a place to lend their frustrated voice and to say no more. And I don't blame them for their economic concern. I remain mindful of the cost burdens that families face, and I will continue pressing for stronger accountability of tax dollars. I have personally thought about the transportation framing in 3 buckets: people, process, and projects. For the people. In today's troubling economy, we must do all we can to save, retain, and grow Oregon's needed workforce. Jobs and the income tax dollars that come from those jobs provide resources for public safety, housing, and education in Oregon. The jobs that are on the line today in transportation are not just excellent union jobs. They are very much for the private sector as well, especially for Oregonians in small rural towns. Many of the projects across Oregon have a public-private partnership. From paving to potholes to plowing, we must keep Oregon moving. For the process, the foundation of trust can be found in process. When there is a robust process during policymaking and throughout, a thorough checks and balance system, better policy can result and have buy-in and trust from the public. When that trust is broken, it is very hard to gain back. And that has been a very troubling, and this has been a very troubling process. This transportation process and this bill are far from perfect. And in the end of the 2025 session, the clock ran out, and the trust was broken, and the tensions were high. It was a downright misuse of public trust to introduce a bill as large as a transportation funding package in the final weeks of a long session. That whole process did not show good governance, and this special session has continued to feel very bumpy. For the projects. Now let's discuss projects and mismanagement. Over the past decade, ODOT's budget increased 60%. The cost of doing business is very expensive, but deferred maintenance costs are skyrocketing everywhere, for our roads, for our schools, and projects everywhere. ODOT's gross mismanagement has received deflection and excuses. When the Commission and government officials did not demand immediate correction for mistakes, Oregonians lost more faith and felt growing more frustration. Mismanagement cannot be excused. It must be addressed. The accountability measures included in this bill aren't just administrative changes. They can provide essential safeguards to prevent future billion-dollar blunders. This bill gives more firing power to the governor and allows our trusted Secretary of State's office to conduct more audits. And I request that initial audit be done right away to provide us better insight to areas that need attention. ODOT will be reporting in front of legislators in committees. We need the Transportation Commission to strongly focus on oversight and call out and provide a corrective action plan when needed. I felt very nervous about lack of oversight from the Commission, and I made a bold suggestion to the governor. I heard from one commissioner last week, and they confirmed that they are up for the task and that the Commission is already implementing many positive changes to address accountability. That's good to hear. We demand ODOT management be truly accountable for the dollars invested in their budget, spent wisely, keep accurate records, provide clearer transparency, and reporting to stakeholders. Do better. We are all watching. Colleagues, there are important changes in this bill, and Oregon's Trucking Association, along with cities and counties, have urged support so projects can continue, roads can be maintained, safety is a focus, transit is supported, and jobs protected. Mayor Beach Pace of Hillsborough, which is part of my district that I represent, says, quote, Hillsborough is Oregon's 5th largest city and the home to more than 110,000 residents, a major employment base, and some of the state's most critical industries, including advanced manufacturing and semiconductors. Our transportation is the backbone of our local and regional economy. Maintaining and improving our transportation infrastructure is inextricably connected with economic development and quality of life. Businesses, workers, and visitors rely on safe, well-maintained roads and reliable connections to transit, end quote. Committee testimony from Eric Zander, the board chair of the Oregon Trucking Association, captured this perspective well. Quote, "We are not the Democratic Trucking Association or the Republican Trucking Association. We are the Oregon Trucking Association, and we wish our elected officials would stop playing politics and get a package like this across the finish line. House Bill 3991 is not perfect, but we can't afford for perfect to be used as an excuse to oppose the good. That is not governing, that is playing politics with our livelihood," end quote. Colleagues, Oregonians could care less for the finger pointing and the partisan jabs. They want real solutions and accountability. They want us to work together, to act to save the jobs that our economy depends on. I will be a yes today for Oregonians, but to say that I got here easily is a gross misstatement. I am here today because transportation is infrastructure, and that means economic development. I heard from business, chambers, local electeds urging support. It needs to be called out, as my colleagues said, out very clearly and loudly, that half of the funding from this work is going to our local communities across Oregon, urban and rural. The payroll tax collected in each region stays in those regions. Transit moves Oregonians, and I would say that's even more critical in rural Oregon. Folks, the snow plows may not be coming to Senate District 15's Forest Grove, but I want them available in the winter for those in Wheeler County's Fossil Oregon. Transportation is a lifeline for work, for school, and healthcare. We cannot afford to fall further behind on critical projects that keep all of Oregon moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Lieber yielded her time. Continuing under the queue for discussion, recognize Senator Neron Missler.